Hi there guys. Okay, so this is the front end of the actual MyFitnessPal itself. So what you can see is we've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we've also got snacks. Up at the top hand column, the only things we really need to worry about is food and exercise. Okay, what you can see that I've already done is I've already changed our bottom here. So as and when you set up your own calories, this will be completely unique to you. So just use this number here as a very, very rough guide. Obviously, MyFitnessPal has already decided what's right for you. You can see here we've got carbs, fats, and proteins. You guys will have something a little bit different. So you need to scroll up to the top and just go to settings. From here, you can see that you've got nutrients tracked, carbs, fats, and proteins. You guys will probably have saturated fat and something else. You just need to put in carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, okay? Because this is what we call your macros. From here, you're going to save your changes and jump back to food. And then from here, you'll see your menu now has carbs, fat, and protein too, okay? So as an example, let's say that we put in breakfast here. And you'll see I've got lots of options here because this is just what I've used in the past. For you guys, you'll have a brand new database to build, you lucky devils. So let's say we're going to have a scrambled egg on toast. You can then see you've got lots of different options which you can choose from. Generally, there's about 100 or so calories in bread. So that's what we're going to go for. I'm going to have 2 slices and I'm going to add that into my diary. From here, let's say I'm going to have some eggs. So again, I'm going to go add food. Remember, you always need to think of whole food sources. So I'm not just going to type in eggs. I'm going to type in whole eggs because that's exactly what I'm eating. I'm not just eating egg whites or egg yolks. It's a whole egg. From here, you can see there's about 70 calories in a whole egg, which is about right. I'm going to have 2 of those. So I just need to amend that. Then I'm going to add that into my diary as well. Okay, from here, you can now see my breakfast is getting there nicely. Then we just need to add food. From here, no scrambled egg on toast is the same without Lurpak, one of my all-time guilty pleasures, that is. From here, nobody has 10 grams, more like 20. And again, add that directly into the diary. So what you're going to start to see here is some information build, okay? So this is your nutritional profile for the day. And what you can see here is you've got your calories of 396. You've got your carbs, you've got your fats, and you've got your proteins. If you scroll down to the bottom, what you can now see is the amount of calories you're allowed per day is here. This is the amount of calories you've had. So this less this equates to this, okay? So this is real-time tracking of how many calories you're allowed each day to ensure that you definitely lose 1.5 pounds a week, okay? You guys also have MyZone belts. So if you do have MyZone belts, you need to add in at your activity because don't forget, you've not factored that in for MyFitnessPal. So let's say we're going to add exercise. Every time you wear your MyZone belt, it's going to tell you how many calories you've burnt, and that's the only thing we need is your calories burnt. So again, from here, I personally just would type in circuit training. Doesn't matter if you did or didn't do that, but when we come into here, you can then select circuit training. He says, there it is. And then from here, let's say that you're going to do it for 30 minutes. But the most important thing is your calories burned here. So you want to put in exactly what MyZone says. So let's say MyZone tells me I've burnt 412 calories. That's exactly what I'm then going to put in. From there, I'm then going to add exercise. And what you're now going to see is that the exercise has been added to my exercise tab for that day. Now, if I jump over to food, and then from here, you can now see I've got my breakfast as an example. Now, when I come on down, this is the amount of calories I've eaten. This is the amount of calories I'm now allowed. Because if you look under here, look, we've earned that extra. So that means you can you can burn and replace those calories. Okay, so you've burnt these, and they get added onto here, and that means you've then got 1,516 calories left. Your macronutrients are here. Okay, so in the perfect world, we look at nutrition, and then we make sure that you don't go over on your carbs, fats, and proteins, which is what your nutritional plan should pretty much factor in and cover, okay? However, this is specifically tailored to you, and your mission is to start chasing around carbs, fats, and proteins, and you ideally want these saying 0 at the end of the day, okay? So as an example, if I was to throw in lunch, let's say I'm going to have some salmon for lunch. I'm going to have 1 fillet, which is 280 calories. And with that, I'm going to have some rice. Obviously, this is based on me as well, guys. So whatever yours says, this is what you would work with. We then go down to your brown rice. Let's say I'm going to have 2 cups of brown rice. Let's throw that into the mixer as well. And then you can see I'm starting to work down my nutritional profile. So I've still got 1,000 calories left, 137 grams of carbs, 27 grams of fat, and 33 grams of protein. So I'm not going to change anything just yet. I'm now going to plan my dinner because I kind of want to see what I can get away with. Let's say I'm going to go for, let's keep it nice and easy. Let's say a steak. I'm going to throw this one in. 100 grams of steak, probably going to have 150. So you can see standard serving's 100, times it by 1.5 equates to 150 grams. From here, let's throw in some potatoes. Get them into the mix as well, and let's say per 85 grams of steamed potato, that is pretty much about right. Let's say I'm going to have 2 of those, so we'll add that into the diary as well, as and when it wants to. There we are, cool. Okay, so we've got steak, we've got potatoes. Let's say we're going to obviously cook the steak in some oil, so we'll put in olive oil. We'll get that one in there, about a tablespoon. Yeah, it's probably not a million miles away, to be fair. We'll get that one thrown in. You know, the name of the game is, as long as you're about right most of the time, you can't go too far wrong with this, okay? From here, we're going to scroll on down. We've got breakfast, lunch, we've got dinner, and you can see I've still got some calories left. So what do I like with steak? Well, actually, I like mixed vegetables. So this is like what you get in the frozen packets. My girlfriend won't like me saying that because we normally do eat fresh, but let's say I'm fending for myself. So we're going to add in 2 cups of mixed vegetables. These will be non-starchy, so like potatoes and squashes and yams and things like that. And you can see we've got 249 calories left. I'm over on protein. If you're ever going to be on, over on protein, or if you're ever going to be over, protein is a good one to be over on, sorry. You can see our fats are nearly there and our carbs are nearly there. So this isn't an exact science. I don't want you guys obsessing. As long as you're about right most of the time, you can't go too far wrong. So from here, let's say we're going to throw in some snacks. I've got 250 calories left. So I'm going to throw in a banana. 1 medium banana. Let's say go for a large banana, and that's about 121 calories. And let's add that into the mix as well. Scrolling down, you can see my protein is over, but that's fine. My fat is so nearly there, and I do still need a few more carbohydrates. So again, from here, I could throw in an apple. Let's get that in there. Scroll it on down to here. And then you can see I'm pretty much there for the day. So as long as you're looking at something like this, you can't go too far wrong. This is all about consistency, and I want you guys to get a really good understanding of how you can flex your nutritional plan to work, okay? So you've got the overall nutritional plan, which is a couple categories up. That's a loose plan. Then we dial it in tight with MyFitnessPal, and then it's down to you guys to find a plan that works for you based along your calorie allowance and then your extra calories that you burn with MyZone that tracks everything, okay? If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help. Cheers.